Aloha and welcome to the Friday Marketing Jam Session. I am your host, Tom Gaddis. I've got two amazing guests with me today. I've got Robert Dixon and Neil McPherson. Neil's Neil's back. Back up there. What's up, Neil?
How's it going?
Robert?
Hello.
Hey, welcome. We have an awesome show lined up for you guys today. We are going to be talking about a new course that Robert and Neil just put out called Client Level Up. We're going to be talking about upsell mastery. We're going to talk about how to take your clients, turn them into all the high ticket recurring deals your little heart could ever desire. We've been doing this a lot at our agency, and I know you guys are going to love this as well. We, of course, are going to do some shark shout outs. We are going to give away a treasure chest. I don't know if you guys have seen the new one. We just redid these. We got a treasure chest, and we're just going to have an all-around good time. So I tell you what, I'm going to cue up the intro, and then if you don't have one already, grab a cool drink, and we'll see you back here in one momento.
It's time, the moment you've been waiting for. Get ready for the fastest 60 minutes of marketing strategies and tactics to grow and scale your business from anywhere in the world. After 167 agonizing hours, we've returned for a brand new Aloha Marketing Jam session. And now, here are your hosts.
Oh, man, listen to that crowd, Neil. They are just, look at that. They are fired up. Settle down, everyone. Settle down. They are fired up out there. Awesome. Well, man, excited to have you guys here. It's been a minute since we talked face-to-face, so.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome.
Sure.
Maybe, hey, Neil, are you near the fires at all there in Colorado?
Yeah. The people around me have been talking about it, but I've been really super busy, so I didn't pay crazy close attention. It's not affecting me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
you don't see it super cool. So I don't know if I ever told you this, but my father-in-law lives in Colorado, and he's somewhere around there. He sent us a picture. There's a big wildfire in Colorado, for those of you that don't know, and he sent a picture out his back window, and I could see the mountain, like literally, like all the smoke coming from the mountain. So pretty crazy.
It's hot. It's been really hot.
Yeah, pretty nuts. And so, Robert, maybe you can bring us up to speed on what's been going on in your agency, because I know that you've kind of been, you guys might be wondering, like maybe you're like, oh, we haven't heard from Robert and Neil in a while, and I know you guys have really been focused on the agency, growing the agency. So maybe you can just kind of bring us up to date, tell us what's going on at the agency, what you have cooking there.
Sure. Yeah. So over the last few years, just really kind of intensely focusing on growing things, using microservices to meet more people, turning those into to higher priced recurring clients, and just kind of building a funnel basically that takes strangers and turns them into high paying clients.
Oh man, it's such a great strategy. We've been using this. We're going to talk a little more detail about it. Neil, maybe you can kind of fill us in on so you guys just released a new course a couple days ago, Client Level Up. Maybe you can just kind of give us a little overview of what that is, how it came about, what people can kind of expect if they go to check it out. I know a lot of our sharks have already jumped in. So if you already jumped in and you picked up Client Level Up from Robert and Neil, let us know in the chat. We'd love to give you a shout out.
Yeah. So, you mentioned it. For myself, the last couple of years, I kind of had to step back a little bit. You know this, Tom. I'm a disabled vet, and I had to go through some things to get that straightened out. But I actually kind of handed off all my clients to Robert for a little bit there. But we've worked together for years, and so when I was kind of doing better and coming back in the picture, we started talking about what's the number one thing that we could really share with people to help them achieve the goal of recurring monthly clients, that we know that's what everybody's after. And that's where we kind of realized that, where we were talking about a little bit before this call, where people get kind of hung up is chasing that $5,000 client without realizing that they need to work their way up into the process. And so that's where the name Client Level Up came from. And then obviously we, developed the whole course from there. And it's been a fun week. Everybody's really Had great things to say about it so far, and thank you guys for supporting it, of course. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's really about. Robert kind of mentioned it. It's all about, using low ticket tune-ups to help the clients. That way you can build the trust before moving into the upsell process. And, you can kind of, see right here on this call, Robert is not your big salesman guy who's out there hard selling all the time. So that's what's really great about this is it's something that you don't need to do a lot of hard selling. You can kind of do subtle maneuvers and deliver to kind of build that trust, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And that's a great point you brought up because
Did I lose you there?
No. Can you guys still hear me?
Oh, there was a delay.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think it's a great point.
It just delayed you guys talking for a second. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I think it's a great point you bring up. And we've talked about this before in our community because there is this kind of like fantasy out there that the quote gurus and experts all push that somewhere around you, there's just these clients that are just itching to pay you $10,000 a month when they have no idea who you are. They have no experience with you. Like, even if you are an established agency that has gotten traction, when you start to go into a deal like that in those ranges, $5,000 to $10,000 a month, there's a level of scrutiny that just doesn't happen other places. And even those types of deals, the clients are very cautious and they would much rather come in smaller scales and then build out. And so our experience has been, I love the word you use, tune-ups. We call it foot in the door strategies, but like our experience has been being able to go in and get these relationships going with a lower price level entry point. And then, just like your course says, level those clients up gradually. Almost all of our clients, and we have a good chunk that pay us more than $5,000 per month. Almost all of those clients came from this process of bringing them in at a lower price point and then working them up to that as we delivered results, as the trust builds. And what's really great about that is we have a solar client that we never hear from them. They never bother us because we're delivering results, and they've went from a lower fee to a higher fee. And, that's what comes from that trust. When somebody comes in paying you a lot of money right off the bat and things aren't going well, you can guarantee you're going to hear from them, and it can be a real hassle. So there's a lot of advantages to doing this, not just for the client, but for you as the person providing the service as well.
That's a great point. Yeah, because, it's easy. Like with anything, even if you sell like consulting or coaching, the money seems good up front, but then when you get in the trenches of actually working with the client, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, this guy's a huge pain, or whatever. Yeah.
You don't want to be on the hook for those. So, hey, Robert, what kind of what services are you offering the most right now?
These days, our biggest services are probably SEO, rep management, and just kind of general lead generation and web presence. We'll put together sometimes a package that kind of combines. We'll get your Google Business Profile optimized and your site optimized and kind of wrap it all into a high ticket type monthly fee.
Okay, and what types of what niches are you working with the most, or?
The ones we tend to work with the most include like contractors of all types, like service-based businesses are the biggest. General contractors, roofers, electricians, plumbers. I mean, they all tend to be really busy and really good at what they do, but they're always looking to grow, and they often, unless they're really big companies, don't tend to have marketing departments. So they love working with us, and it's the kind of business that we can really come in and do big things with for SEO, for like local type SEO, and really help them in so many ways.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said that. I was just on a call 2 days ago with a friend of mine who buys and sells agencies. So he's a business broker. He specializes in buying and selling agencies. And he said right now, the hottest selling agencies are the ones that are home service focused.
Wow.
Like if you have an agency and your client base is home service businesses, like, like construction, all those kinds of things, like he's like the multiples they can get on that business is huge because the buyers know that marketplace is not going anywhere. Like
It's sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah, when they become clients, they typically stay clients. And if you have a good process and you're able to show, like, look, when we get a client, we keep them and all that stuff, like those agencies are the hottest seller. So that was really interesting to me because, we kind of just, we go after a lot of different types of clients at our agency. And we've never really, internally, we don't specialize, right? Like, we don't say we're an agency just for, like, we have a lot of different kinds of clients. Now, externally, when we're prospecting and reaching out to these clients, we tend to have all of our marketing and sales material point to like if we're talking to an activity company, we talk about how we're the company for activity agencies, right? When we market to solar companies, we're talking about solar companies. Like, we're not just so we kind of do that. And but yeah, it's interesting to know that if you have some intention about, like, if you have an exit plan and you're like, oh, I want to build out an agency and sell it, like that's the kind of stuff that you're talking about in Client Level Up is the exact kind of stuff that makes that type of a business highly desirable.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's why, we really talk about kind of, even like right on the sales page, we talked about how you can use this for like 6 or 7 different key services. And that way you can kind of, like we talk about, fix the leak in their boat. Every business that you go and approach, there's going to be something that they're not doing well. And so you step in and say, hey, yeah, we're great at that. We can help you with your chatbot that you're missing, or your local SEO that's not optimized, but then it goes from there, right? And you can guide it to bigger packages, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome stuff. Well, look, I know we're going to talk a little more about Client Level Up. If you have any questions about this topic or just local marketing in general, please put them in the chat. We'll get to those. I want to kind of go through some of the comments. I usually do this in the beginning, and we just sort of like dived right into it because I got so excited. But I want to go through some of the comments, then we're going to do some Shark shout outs. It's been an awesome week for people in our community, as you will see in a minute. But Michael, happy birthday, buddy. Michael says it's his birthday, so welcome. Michael, are you Northern Nevada? What part of Nevada? Why is it that I'm not remembering that you're in Nevada? Let me know. What's up, Dorn in the house? I see Richie Cronin, Patty. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Donna Norris in here. The intro was awesome. Thank you. I wish I could take credit, but that's the team. That's the team. That's the team. Hey, Darla, John, Enrique, Patty. I mean, man, we got a ton of people. Okay, so I see some questions. Hold on. Let's see. There is, people are saying Perth, Colorado. Dorn, whatever. He's so funny. Dorn says they're docking my pay. Robert, I saw somebody had a question in here. Oh, JC Fernandez says, can you give us an example or a case? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that, JC. Maybe, Robert, when we get in, we can talk a little bit about a specific situation. Are you good with that?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay, awesome. What's up, Donna? Let's see.
Doesn't drink coffee.
Oh, Dorn is like, don't let the cat out of the bag here. Let's see. Jeff says, when I used a line that usually works, I told them if they worked with me. Oh, have her back. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. Got through the comments. Let's run through some Shark shout outs, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about maybe some specific examples or clients that you guys have that kind of like illustrate the Client Level Up process. Also talk about, Nick and I did put together a bonus package for this as well, if you go and grab it through our link. So we'll cover that real quick too. So first up, let me do the Shark shout outs. I should have all this ready. And we got to chatting. Okay, there we go. So every week, guys, we like to celebrate the wins in our community. And today we've got some awesome wins. So first up are originally from New Zealand, but now residing in Nashville, our friend Richie Cronin. He built a custom lead gen funnel for a gym client in High Level. He tested it, he implemented it. This now means double their current revenue for this client from $1,500 per month to over $3,000. A great example of a client level up, right? $1,500 client, delivers some results. Now they're paying him $3,000 a month. Awesome work, Richie. Awesome work. We've got Scott Walker signed an agency client. We'll be generating cloud sites, schema, tier 2, and 3 link sites for 5 of his clients, $1,400 a month. And Scott is in the 100K club. So awesome work, Scott. Sandy Alexander, her car needed some, I loved this. I saw this in the Facebook group. I thought this was great. Her car needed some repairs, so she ended up bartering one of the repairs in exchange for a Google Business profile optimization. What a great deal, right? So I had this old BMW X3, and the transmission went out on it. And like, I don't know if you know anything about BMWs, but like nothing on them is cheap to fix. And I found a mechanic around the corner from my house, and his wife was selling jewelry, and she wanted a website. So I built a website, and he replaced my transmission. Like, it was awesome. Like, what a great deal. So awesome work, Alexander. She also closed a deal for a website hack fix restoration for $500 to a small botanical e-com site, plus a site edit to add calendar integration for $85. You know, when you talk about the tune-up services, Robert, like, I think that calendar integration is an interesting thing because, you know, there are lots of little techie type stuff that for us seems really easy, and we can easily start thinking everybody knows how to do it. But like, even something as simple as adding an email signature or doing a calendar integration or something like that, like, people will gladly pay money to not have to deal with that stuff. And I think this is an awesome reminder of that right there. So awesome work.
Real fast, Tom, I'll let you keep going, but I wanted to mention that the chat bots are great for that, you know?
Oh yeah.
And like, it's just, you know, they see them on some websites, but they don't have one on theirs. And I want that little assistant thing on the corner that everybody else has. And, you know, they're easy to set up, but that gets you into their website. And I don't know, I just think it's a really good angle right now. Kind of like mobile websites were at one point, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great, and I think we just had a win. I think Sandy just sold her first chatbot like last week or the week before or something. But yeah, they are a really great thing to be offering right now.
Because they take like 2 seconds to set up, but clients have no idea.
Yeah.
And once they've come to you for a small service like that, and you've been able to get it done quickly and affordably, you know, then anytime they have a need like that, you're the one they're gonna reach out to, and you know, and that's how a small service becomes a pile of services and a high ticket recurring.
That's awesome. Well, Patty wanted to know, when you say chatbots, are you talking about ManyChat, or are you talking about how are you building them?
Like on the website.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It depends on the client. We have a WordPress plugin that I created that we use for a lot of local clients. But we also use things like ManyChat and the other out of the box solutions as well.
There's been a lot of creators that came out.
Yeah. Well, now with, I mean, you know, High Level, you can do lots of things with chatbots and AI things in High Level as well too, you know.
But just the basic customer service assistant on their website, you know, I think that's what a lot of people want these days now, you know.
Well, and you know, here's the deal. They don't know the difference.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. They don't give it, like, the average business owner doesn't really give a shit. Pardon my language. If you're using AI or not, they just want the result, right? Like, they see their competitor has a little thing in the bottom that answers questions and handles their leads, and they go, well, how can I do that? Right.
Exactly.
And like, they're not going to be like, oh, you're like, they have no idea all that stuff is out there. So if you can deliver them that result in a straightforward and easy way, you're going to be a rock star.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, Sandy. Good stuff. Lars Mullen. I loved seeing this one. So the director of business development for a local town reached out to Mars and asked him if he could create a influencer site for his town. So this town reached out to Lars and said, we saw your directory site. We're wondering if you could make one of those for our town. So the town actually got some federal or state funding to promote Shop Local. This is a great, for anybody out there that's, that has a directory site, that's doing things with AGM. I know we just, Randy and Jocelyn just did a training on some things they're doing with AGM, but this is really an awesome thing here because I'm sure there are a lot of small town governments that have that have some type of funding to promote Shop Local in their area. So anyway, this little town had that. They contacted Lars. They signed a 3-year contract to create and host the town's AGM site. They're going to prepay for 3 years so they don't lose the funding. Like the government funding, you got to love it, right, guys? Like if they don't spend it, they lose it. And they do not want to lose it, so they want to spend it all. Like there's no haggling of the price here. It's like we have to spend this money or we don't get the same amount next year. So anyway, so they paid him $10,495 in total, $495 for setup, and then $297 per month. That is a solid win. Solid win. Yeah.
I know all about those government budgets.
Yeah. Well, it's sometimes like there can be a little bit of what's the downside to that kind of stuff? I mean, sometimes you have to jump through some extra hoops.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little more vetting process for some of that stuff, but like it can definitely be worth it. And I mean, this is, this person saw a directory site Lars had built and was just like, oh, this guy, like this is, we talk about this all the time. When someone sees a directory site, they have no idea that you didn't build it. They have they look at that site and they went, whoever built this knows what they're doing. Like in the story, yeah. It wasn't like, oh, well, what else do you have or anything like that. It's like, well, you did this. Obviously you can do what we want. So awesome work, Lars. Awesome work. Donna Norris upsold a current client, another client level up. Listen, if you guys haven't jumped on client level up, you should. I'll put a link at the bottom in a minute, but look at all.
You can promote AGM, man.
Yeah, well, look at all the stuff. Like, look at all the people here that are upselling their clients and doing these simple things. So, upsold a current client, no phone call needed, just a simple 2-paragraph Google Doc with an invoice sent through the email. $297 a month, 2-way texting, rep management, chat widget, and social media package. Awesome stuff.
Robert has something he's kind of working on in the directory space too. We didn't go over it too much in client level up, but we totally believe in that strategy of using that type of thing to build credibility, Oh,
it's killer. Like it works like gangbusters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Meisner just got another 90,000 postcards out the door, 50K in profit for the quarter, plus an extra 10K in other services. Man, nice. That's good stuff. Good stuff. The team. Oh, so I don't know if you guys know about this, but we recently rebranded the agency. So the agency is now called Mina Marketing. And so, it had been Nick Ponte marketing up to this point. We rebranded it, to kind of make it more, like if down the road, it's not so much tied directly to Nick, right?
Yeah.
So we rebranded it. Interesting, the agency does over $1 million. And I know so many people struggle with what do I call my agency? How do I brand it? Like we rebranded it, no issues, no problems. It was a pretty straightforward, simple process. So if you're out there, just remember you are not stuck with the name of your business for the rest of your life. You can change it at any point. We have a business doing over $1 million and it was really easy to change it. No impact on the business, but that's a new logo there. But the team over at Mina Marketing landed a $1,000 a month SEO client. This is the one Dorn was talking about. So this client, they do
snorkel tours.
Nude snorkel tours on in Hawaii. So I don't know. Nick is one of their clients or not. I'm not sure.
That's a new one for me.
Anyway, so yeah, a nude snorkel tour, probably the craziest niche we've ever been involved with. Then we closed another marketing company on the island that offers a high-end social media marketing service. They need help with their SEO. So we're actually doing SEO for another marketing company that does social media. So $1,000. And then we landed a new AC company for $1,000 a month SEO campaign. That lead was found on Yelp. And then I saw too, like, I don't know if this one was on here, but oh yeah, this is this one. So this is interesting because this really kind of illustrates the importance of following up, because this client we've kind of been following up with for over 6 months. So for over 6 months, we've been following up with this client, and they turned into $1,000 a month SEO campaign. So awesome work by the team over at Mina Marketing. That brings our grand total for the week of July 27th to August 2nd, $75,744. The grand total since the start of 2024, you, the people in our community, have done $723,444 since the start of 24. We want to get that up. So if you have a win, if you have a monthly recurring client, make sure you're sharing that stuff each week so we can call you out, celebrate you in the wins, get you up there. I love these graphics you did. You know, and another thing that struck me as I was going through these wins, like, look at this. All the people taking action seem to be people that are involved in things of ours that have some level of accountability. Here's Scott Meisner. He's in Remote Millionaires, right? Look, Donna Norris is in the 100K Club, which is like super inexpensive. Lars, I know is a Reach member. Lars is a Reach member. Sandy, 100K Club. Scott, 100K Club. I mean, like, Richie, Remote Millionaire. I mean, like, this is crazy, right? Like, anyway, get involved, take action. The information is there, right? All the stuff is there. And with things that we bring to you, like Client Level Up, like, all you got to do is follow the steps and take the action, right? So good work, everybody. Awesome stuff. I'm going to do one more thing, and then we're going to take some questions and talk some more about Client Level Up. So one more thing I want to do before we do that, though, is announce every week we like to celebrate a member of the week who does something awesome or just a good steward of our community. We always do that by giving them one of these shark treasure chests. Only the people that get it know what goodies are inside. Today, let me find our... Today, our winner is Lars Molin for leveraging his AGM site to capture attention and landing that deal for the town to do the site. So awesome work, Lars. Congratulations. The team will reach out. We'll get you one of these kits sent directly to you. So great work. All right, Robert, Neil, let's talk some more about Client Level Up. So first, I'm going to go ahead and let's scroll below the bottom of the screen our link. So if you haven't picked up Client Level Up, just go to offlinesharks.com/level up. When you get there, let me show you what you're going to see. So we did put together a little special bonus package for this. So when you go to that link, you're going to land on this page. You just click this little green button to get instant access. When you do, you get all the bonuses that are mentioned on this page. And we got some pretty good ones. So we just added a new one, which is a local SEO leads comprehensive. This is a 12-video course, all on local SEO leads. We've also got 2 private in the trenches trainings, team meeting essentials and free prospecting with Loom. We've also got our 6-month SEO outsourcing blueprint. This is the actual like step-by-step of how we do SEO for our clients. We've also got creating a virtual sales team, a local lead funnel strategy, private niche breakdowns, driving more customers into day spas, hotels, and restaurants, marketing for legal niches, breaking down the medical niche. Plus, we've got 3 local service deep dives, Facebook deep dive for local business, Google AdWords deep dive for local business, and an SEO deep dive for local business. You get all of those for free at no additional cost. It's over $1,300 in real world value. You get them for free instantly when you grab Client Level Up through our link. So just go to offlinesharks.com/level up, click this button, and you'll see these delivered inside your Warrior Plus account once you purchase. All right. So, Nick, Robert, let's talk about Client Level Up. So let's talk about because there's a front end and then a couple of upgrade things, right?
Yes. Yeah. So there's a front end and there's 3 potential upgrades.
Okay. Let's talk about the front end. What can people expect in the front end? Like what do we cover in there?
So the front end is the strategy. It's the like a full overview of the strategy that we've been using recently with a lot of success to get clients in the door, to impress them, to gain their trust, and then to sell them basically anything that they want and that they need. So we have some good bonuses there, including access to some prospecting software that we created that allows you to very easily find prospects in any niche, in any area, and learn a lot about their business. You know, we can easily see at a glance kind of what their site looks like, some of their SEO metrics, mobile metrics, things like that.
Awesome. So they get some prospecting software included with the front end, along with the training. And like, I can't stress this enough. Like, one of the reasons that we were excited to bring this to you guys is because, like Nick and myself, Robert and Neil actually do this stuff. Like, they don't make courses or develop tools just to make courses and develop tools. They do them for their business, for their working business, and then they release those. And that is the kind of stuff that is gold. So, you know, when I know Robert's saying like, oh, it's just about the strategy and all that, but like, man, there is so much detail and little things that you can only get by doing stuff. And inside the front end of Client Level Up, there is a ton of amazing nuggets and insight that you can tell, like, they actually do this, right? And then when you throw in the software and all that stuff, I mean, it's a crazy great deal for such a low price. And then I know, like us, you guys always give them everything they need in the front end course. But you do also have a couple of different upgrades if people want to do things quicker, faster, like that. Can you tell us a little bit about what the upgrade options are?
Yeah, we can make Robert do it. No, I'm just kidding. He did good. The OTOs, the main one, we have a bump. So I've been learning how to build GPTs, and I'm pretty interested in that, and kind of think there's some good angles there too. I even kind of, one of the things in the bump offer, which is at the checkout, if you check that on the way out, is like showing you how to actually help businesses with these GPTs and all these different types of businesses that can use them for like inpatient documents and all that kind of stuff. So there's some good stuff there. It's like a small kind of thing you can pair with the chatbots and stuff. OTO1 is we have our chatbot local plugin that Robert talked about. And as you're talking about like how we actually do this stuff.
So Neil, so if somebody doesn't have the ability to deliver chatbots, they can just take that upgrade and that's your special software that helps them do it super easy?
For WordPress plugin, yeah.
For WordPress. So, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say is not only do we do this stuff, but a lot of these tools Robert builds for himself first. Like, it's not even built to be sold to anybody else. And then I kind of usually come in and say, okay, we need to make it so people understand how to use this. And then that's where they kind of develop even further a lot of times, So anyway, but that's OTO1. It comes with some marketing packages as well, materials to help you land clients for chatbot services. And then OTO2 is the software upgrade. I saw some people in the comments asking about that. And that is gives you unlimited searches, unlimited cities, and unlimited team members that you can have using the software for you too. So that's that. Do you have a question, Tom?
Neil, does the software work in other countries apart from the US?
Robert.
It does. It works anywhere that Google works, basically.
Anywhere that Google. Okay, awesome. Because I know Jacqueline is in the UK, so yeah. So yes, Jacqueline, it works any place where you can do a Google search.
Yep. And then in addition to the software upgrade for OTO2, we included some delivery kits. So these are like keyword lists, landing pages, Google ads, and follow-up emails for the key niches that we go after. Like, so contracting niches, like we talked about earlier, things like that. These are just kind of done for you so you can set these up to drive leads for the clients, right? And we tried to include as much as we could for that part of it too, the actual driving the leads, not just getting the clients, because that's really the key thing that keeps them paying, and then the third OTO is a 5-for-1 deal. We have 5 of our best courses for under $50. So
awesome, man, great stuff. So the lead software, Dorn had a question about the lead software. Is there a way to export the lists when you build them?
Yes, I think so, but I'm going to wait till Robert answers.
I had to unmute myself. Yes, you can export the list.
So yes, Dorn, you can export the list. Does it show how to do that inside the training?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So Dorn, watch the training. Come on. Dorn loves giving us a hard time, and we love giving Dorn a hard time.
JC asked what the limits of the front end are compared to the OTO. So you can it's 1 team member and 200 searches a month is the front end, the bonus software that comes with it. And then the unlock, the number 2 upgrade gives you unlimited searches and unlimited team members is the key things there.
Okay.
200 leads per month.
200 leads. Sorry.
So say that again, because this is what you're talking about, right? The what you can do with the software that's in the front end.
So the bonus that comes with the front end, you get the software, you get access to all the features, but it limits how many leads you can get per month with it. And then you can only have it's for 1 team member for you. So then the upgrade allows you to have your team members use it and in an unlimited capacity, basically.
And so they get 200 leads though per month. So plenty to get started and get going.
Yeah, fair, reasonable. And then somebody asked about the chatbot too. Is that unlimited? That is unlimited, right, Robert? I'm pretty sure. Better be. It says unlimited.
Yeah. You can build unlimited chatbots. And
you said it. Can't take it back.
Yeah. No, that's a heck of a value there. You can create unlimited chatbots. You can charge, and the upgrade right now is only under 40, I think. So, you could sell those for $100 or more easy. So
Dorn said he couldn't find the functionality. It's in there, Dorn. Take a look. If you still can't find it, Dorn, just let us know at the support desk. We'll find it for you.
Or you can reach out to our support. I'll definitely take a look.
Yeah, or reach out to Robert. Yeah, even better. Reach out to Robert. Then they can fix it. Walter Wise says, I do love the training. I've implemented the reputation part already. Awesome stuff, Walter. Awesome stuff. Yeah, Dorn says, training. What? Training? There's not a recurring cost for the Lead Finder software, is there?
No
recurring cost.
Okay. So Lynette, when you purchase the front end, you get as a bonus the lead software with 200 leads per month. So there's no additional charge for that. That comes included with your purchase of the front end. Correct, guys?
Yeah, she's talking about the $17 the bump at checkout where you can check and do the add-on. And that's for our GPT prompts and training. We called it our Get Clients GPT. And basically we loaded email scripts, call scripts, proposal template, the service checklist, all of that's loaded in the GPT. And then I give you training on how to prompt it to customize all this stuff for your business. So it's a pretty cool little add-on there.
Yeah, that's a great add-on. And Dorn mentioned in the comments, he's like, that little prompts thing is pretty freaking cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Where does the Lead Finder get the leads?
Google Maps API.
Google Maps. So Google
and then
Maps.
It finds information about the leads from other sources as well. But the leads themselves come from the Google Maps API.
Yep. So yes, Lynette, with the front end, there's training and all that stuff. Yep. Yeah. It's funny. I was just like, I'm like have been the last person on the team and in the company at Offline Sharks to like embrace ChatGPT.
Me too.
I'm like, but now that I've started doing a couple things, I'm like, oh
I
my
built
God.
a GPT, and I was like, man, this is easy.
I'm like, we've been telling you for months. Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome, Lynette. Excited to have you. And yeah, if you guys want to pick it up, you just go to offlinesharks.com/level up. Chandra said, no, you do not need to pay for.
So there's you will need a key, but but it's there's training in there on how to get it very easily, and it you get thousands of searches per month at no charge from Google.
There you go, Chandra.
So unless you're pulling down multiple thousands of leads per month, there's no charge for it.
Yeah, chat GPT makes us lazy good. Yeah. Yep. Dorn says, not to worry, you're not going to use enough to be billed. Yeah. Awesome. Let's see. Any other questions you guys have about Client Level Up, or what's one of your best like? Okay, so tell me one of your
case study. Yeah.
Give me like an example of like a client that you brought in that you're like, oh, this client came in, or maybe it was one that surprised you. Like, do you ever get surprised where a client comes on and you think, I don't know how this is going to work out, and then they end up just being a great client, or you move them up? Or
I think about the Russian guys. Robert is probably a good example.
Yeah.
The Russian guys,
the handyman Russian guys that started out very small and grew into like a huge warehouse with multiple trucks and all this stuff.
Yeah, these are one of my oldest clients. It's a sort of a handyman contractor type client, and they've been with me now for over 12 years. But
wow.
When I first met them, they had this tiny little office, and there were 3 trucks parked out back, and I don't like to take credit for all of it, but
you blew up their business.
But no, I mean, we've done a lot of work for them over the years, and now I go visit them at their massive warehouse with like 40 trucks parked out front, and they're advertising all over the metro area, and they rank very well for a lot of things, and that's a lot of fun to see that, and to help them, because they whenever they we're like their go-to person. If there's anything remotely technical and they need help with it, we're the ones they reach out to, and we can always help them, and they're happy to pay us for it.
Yeah, that is a great story. And like, what a good feeling that gives you when you have like those long relationships with, like, I know we've had long relationships with a lot of clients, and like, it feels good when you see them succeeding and having success and all that stuff. It helps with your confidence and all that stuff too, but like to see them get it. And I think, a lot of times you hear a lot of people online bitching and complaining about, oh, well, I got them ranking and then they quit. Like, look, you don't want to work with those types of clients anyway. For every client that is going to ditch you the minute they start getting rankings, there's also clients that are never going to leave you. Like when that client starts getting results and they're like, oh, we don't need you anymore, and they leave, I say, good freaking riddance, right? Like,
absolutely.
I don't want to be dealing with those types of clients. Like, I want to be dealing with clients, and I bet the Russian guys, they are probably like one of your lowest maintenance clients, aren't they?
Yeah. They're very happy with what we do, and they don't complain, and they let us do our thing, and contact us whenever they need something new.
Yeah,
that's like the hardest. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead, Neil. Go ahead.
No, just like, when people go to like a lawyer, they just let the lawyer do the law stuff. But for some reason, some people want to tell you how to do the marketing stuff when you're the marketing guy, and it's like, no, I know what I'm doing.
Everybody's a marketer.
Yeah. They just came to us actually probably about 2 months ago, and said they're starting this property management company, and they need lots of stuff for that. They need a website. They need sort of software that does this and that, and we were happy to take all that on as well.
Man, what an awesome story. And like, that is a great example of client level up, right? You got in with a client that was, not big at the time, and they get results and they grow and you grow with them, right?
Absolutely.
If you have more recent examples, Robert, that was just what came to my mind right away. But I don't know if that was.
Hey, Lynette, let me tell Lynette this real quick. So, Lynette, go to offlinesharks.com/level up. Click that green button on that page. That will take you to the sales page for Client Level Up. The reason you want to go to this page first, though, is because we have bonuses that you get for free. So you might as well get the bonuses. So go to offlinesharks.com/level up, click the green button. That will take you to the sales page for Client Level Up. Then when you buy, it will automatically add the bonuses that Nick and I are offering. Okay, go ahead, Neil.
No, I think that was it. I was just saying I didn't mean to like force feed Robert that example if he had others. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, no, there's a more recent example. A few months ago, I guess earlier this year, I ran into a plumber at a lunch event and mentioned that we did Google Business Profile stuff, and so he reached out to me afterwards and said, can you help me? We just started our business and need to make sure we're being found, to make sure we're on Google Business Profile, and so we set that all up, and they had like some free GoDaddy website, and I said, we can make this look a lot nicer, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's do that, and so we did that, and and then we kind of told them what else we do, and so it's once you build that trust with something small and initial, it's just so easy to be their go-to guy for everything.
Yeah, and Peter, I see your question. I just remembered you asked that earlier, and I meant to address it, and we will address it. But I want to make one point about what Robert just said there, because here's the other thing. Like you said, you met this person at some like local thing you were at, right?
Yes.
Local businesses are dying to find someone local that can do the stuff we do. Like, I think this is the most under talked about part of local marketing, because everybody thinks, oh, I want to be this big agency and I want to go national and I want to target every state and city in the US. And like, the reality is, like, there are so many businesses in your area right now that would kill to have someone local, because when someone is local, it's just it just gives them an extra feeling of security that they don't have other places. And like, we have used that to our advantage at Mina Marketing, because we have just basically focused on Hawaii businesses. Instead of being like, hey, we're this big agency that has clients all over the US, we were like, nope, we're just going to dive in and be like, look, this is what we do. We service Hawaii businesses. And Hawaii, it's different. Like, you need a company that understands Hawaii, that da-da-da-da-da. And like, they love that stuff. And that can be anywhere that you're at. Because I remember Dan Kennedy had this great line where he said that every business owner always thinks the same thing. And that same thing is, yeah, but my business is different. He's like, every single one of them thinks the niche, like if they're a car dealer, they think auto telemarketing is different. If they're they think there's something about their business, they always think it's different, when the reality is it's not. And so instead of fighting against that, just use it to your advantage, right?
The big national companies kind of scare them off. They're going to, it's going to cost me a lot. I'm going to get crappy service.
It's going to take me to the cleaners. Like, do you want to work with big, when you go buy stuff, do you feel like you're getting a deal from big national companies, or do you feel like they're probably the ones that are jacking you the most? And if you could just find somebody, a little smaller guy that doesn't all that stuff points. Okay. So, I got to make it. So Peter had a great question. So he was asking about how you contact the leads. So he's asking, are you cold calling the leads? But maybe you guys can give some insight. What do you talk about in Client Level Up and all that?
I saw that question, and it's always kind of a funny thing, right? We've been doing this for like 15 years, right? So we get people coming to us, right? Robert's big on networking, and that's something I was going to say is, you said you hit on something, Tom. All these business owners are looking for guys like us, right? So the best thing you can do is put yourself somewhere to be found, right? So that's where like networking comes in a lot. And I know networking isn't like the sexiest, fanciest thing, but that's really what's gotten us the most success over the years. You mentioned I was getting a massage this morning. My massage therapist is also a life coach, and she's like struggling to get her life coaching business going. And I said, have you been to a conference? And she's like 32, a little younger, you know? And she's like, no, I know I need to be doing that. And I was like, it's going to change everything. Go to a conference, you know, go connect with other people. So I'm good on the phone. I could jump on the phone all day and close deals, cold call all day long if I wanted to, but I don't need to do that right now. And Robert hates being on the phone. So that's why he developed the prospecting software. But same with him, he turns it up if he needs to, but it's not something that we're doing, you know, on a weekly basis right now.
Yeah.
You know,
that's awesome. So Patty said she's been having some frustrating results with networking. She's been going, they either work with somebody, they have no budget, they just want free advice. Keep networking or move on. So Patty, I have a couple of insights here, and then I'd love if you guys have some insights for Patty as well. So I experienced this when I lived in Maui. You know, Nick and I, we tried a lot of different networking things, and there is a difference between free networking events, the topic of the events, and also paid networking groups. So I'm not sure, Patty, what groups you're going to, you know, what you're doing there. You know, if you have the budget, there is an advantage to joining a group that you want to network in. It just brings a level of credibility to you, makes you one of the group. That's just different when you're an outsider going in. For instance, like, you know, going to Chamber of Commerce events, but not being a member of the chamber, you know, like, yeah, maybe that can work, but it usually is a little more advantageous if you're actually a member of the group as well, because then when you're approaching people, you can say, hey, I'm a fellow member of the chamber. You know, there's a little different thing there. So when it comes to the free groups, I used to think like going to any like business startup things would be awesome. Those tended to be the most frustrating because everybody there is just starting, and like they have the problem you're talking about here. They don't have money. They're just trying to get their business off the ground. So you, on those types of things, you either have to have some type of foot in the door offer that is not crazy. Like, hey, you know, look, I get your getting your business off the ground. Well, I'm going to hold a special training next week online where I'm going to go over the top 5 most common SEO mistakes every new business makes and how you can avoid them. If you want to join, it's only $97. You should come and join, right? Let's say you get, I mean, if you get 10 people on a training like that, that's a grand to show up and do a little presentation on, just like, it'd be easy to put that together. So that would be one thing. The other thing is maybe think of groups that you might not be considering. So I know there was a meetup group in Maui that was a WordPress meetup group. And I thought I would have went to the WordPress meetup group. But Nick, because he was into building websites, was like, hey, let's go to this WordPress meetup group. And I was like, all right, fine, let's go to the WordPress meetup group. You know, like, I just thought it's going to be a bunch of nerds sitting around. Like, this is going to be like a total waste of an hour. And we get to the WordPress meetup group. The very first person that talks is like, I came to this meeting because I need a website built and I didn't know where else to go. And I was like, oh my God, like, here's just a client that just walked in, you know? And so, you know, I don't always know where a person thinks they should go to get help. Like, now that I think about it, like, I go, oh, a person that doesn't know anything about websites, if they saw there was a WordPress meetup group and they needed a WordPress website, they would probably think, oh yeah, that's a great place to go. Like, me as a mark, I don't think that. I think, oh, they're going to talk about technical stuff, but a regular person doesn't think that. So maybe think about, are there any like peripheral groups maybe that you're not going to, that you could check out? And then the last thing I'd say on that is consider, you know, I just had a lot of success with BNI, Business Networking International. It's a paid group. You have to be they only allow one member of each category. So like, if there's already a website person, you can't be the website person. There's only one, you know, but that group, because it was paid, I felt people took it more seriously. I was able to get more work, not so much from the people in the group, but the people that they knew. And then the last thing I would say about that is when people say they have somebody that they're working with, like, what is that person providing? Is there some other angle you could come in at? Because like when I initially went to the BNI group that I joined, and you can go and test different ones out for free. Like I think you can go twice to any one for free. So you can go check and make sure you get a good one. But like they already had a website person. But I came in as the social media person because people were really interested in that. You could come in, like, think about this. If they had a BNI group and they already had like a website person or social media person, come in as the AI person, right? And then you could do the chat bots. Like that's not websites. And so maybe there's a little adjustment of what you're leading with that you could offer. So those are just some tips for me. You guys have any tips for Patty?
Definitely. Yeah. BNI is one thing that we've had a lot of success with over the years. And, you know, I've been in groups where I'm basically the only show in town for anything and everything. And there have been times where there have been a lot of people with competing services, but we each kind of focused on a specific niche within our overall offerings and really made it work. And we're able to pass business back and forth to each other. As far as regular networking groups, one thing that I found, you know, if you go, you talk, like it's very rare that you actually like close a client or even have somebody say, oh, I'm really interested. Let's talk about me paying you money. It's more just like getting to know people. And a lot of times I'll try to, whenever I go to a networking event, I'll try to schedule a coffee in the upcoming week or two with 3 or 4 people and just kind of ask them, you know, like, how can I help you? Here's how you can help me. And, you know, and just follow up. And that, in the long run, that always produces fruit. And then the last thing I'll say is competitors. You know, in our industry, I feel like there's always benefit in meeting and chatting with people that do what we do, because people niche down into so many different ways. There's been so many times when I've met who's essentially a competitor, but they say, oh, we only have designers on staff. We outsource all our development. Can you do that? Or we focus on branding and design, but we don't do any kind of SEO and marketing. Can you fulfill that for our clients? Or can we send clients to you for that? And that's always a great opportunity. Plus, it's just nice to talk to people that like talk shop with people that know what we do.
Yeah.
Peter actually kind of asked the question, and while Robert was saying that, you know, just get to know people. That's what I was thinking about too. He was talking about, you know, I hate sales, and if I go into a restaurant, you know, how would I introduce myself? And my mind thought I wouldn't say anything except for just, you know, my name's Neil, basically at first. And
this is a great,
you know, just make a small connection. Oh, this is your restaurant? Oh, I love the food, you know, or something like that. And then let it go from there. Yeah. You know,
how's business been?
Yeah. Make it clear that you understand their business and that you're into marketing, but like, don't try to sell anything really up front ever.
Yeah. You know? Are you like, what are your what are the busiest nights here? Do you have any slow nights? Like, you can just have like to them, it's just a conversation, but you're gathering information, and then you could come back and email them and say, hey, a quick question from the other night. And then in your email, you could say, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but we had a conversation the other night. I was probably annoying you with a lot of questions, but I can't help it because this is kind of what I do. And, you know, you gave me some answers, and I thought about what you were saying. And I you know, since this is what I do, I have a couple suggestions that I think might help you. Here's a couple suggestions that I think if you implement could help you pick up business on Wednesday night or whatever. If you have any questions, let me know. You know, just glad to help. Love your place. Just want to make sure it stays open. Like,
but that's way better than the person that sent a cold email and they've never met them in person ever in any way, or they're going to remember you a little bit, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Phil wanted to know, does the chatbot WordPress plugin, is it connected to AI, or do you connect it to ChatGPT?
It uses the ChatGPT AI or API.
Okay.
So it does have AI.
Yeah, sorry about the people. A couple of people said the feed keeps freezing. When this will be posted in the Facebook group, and there shouldn't be any issues there, so you should be able to go up there. Yep, Instagram grid. We talked about Peter's question. Thanks, Tom. You're welcome, Patty. Awesome. Want to try different niches? Google review card. Okay, send to. I don't know what that is, Philip. How do I get rid of this? Send 200. Okay, so listen, Neil, Robert, thanks for hanging out and sharing all the info and bringing Client Level Up to our community. If you haven't grabbed it, go to offlinesharks.com/level up. Jump in now, grab all the bonuses. We do want to do something we do every week, which is give away some Cash App money to a couple lucky people. So here's what I need everybody to do. I need you to, in the chat, put hashtag level up, hashtag level up, and we are going to give away a couple of $25 Cash App prizes. While you're doing that, I'm going to play my favorite song of Friday.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Cheating, bling, bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
All right. People are getting in. Hashtag level up. Have you guys seen this new feature of StreamYard?
I don't use StreamYard, but I'm laughing in my
Okay, so well, the money song we made, that some Shishan, I think, on our team made that little graphic. My brother actually is a 3D animator and an artist. He drew those sharks for us. We got a bunch of custom sharks and all different kinds of, like, we have a handyman shark and a money shark, and anyway. But Sean used it to make that little video. But StreamYard just started this thing. They call it a giveaway. So you can see we got people entering in. They just put hashtag level up in the comments. And then we hit draw. And it'll go through. It looks really snazzy, right? So the first time we did this, it picked us. It picked Offline Sharks as the winner. I was like, I promise it's not wood. Hey, Patty Ratowski, our first winner, the $25 Cash App card. Get your entries in, hashtag level up. All right, here we go. We're going to draw again for winner number 2. And the winner of another $25 Cash App prize is Leia. Hey, Leia, congratulations. Patty and Leia, 2 long-time Shark community members. Awesome to see you Sharks win some cash. That's awesome. Great stuff. Again, Neil, Robert, thanks so much for coming on. This was awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support, offlinesharks.com/support, or you can reach out to Robert and Neil directly. Again, go to offlinesharks.com/level up, grab the bonuses, grab Client Level Up, and then we'll see you all here next Friday. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Stay safe, everybody. Practice aloha.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam session. We've helped thousands just like you start and scale their businesses. If you'd like our help to grow your business, go to the link on your screen now and let us know how we can help you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.